Hey, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about all this flattening the curve stuff. That's the main charts that are used to driving the narrative and all these crazy bands and everything else. So as you see, this is just a normal chart here. You see, obviously, if you don't do anything at all, you have a huge outbreak that passes all the healthcare systems, everything, and you don't have enough hospital beds and everything else. And then you have the flattening of the curve, where you stay beneath the capacity of the healthcare system and you can save some lives. The problem with these charts, these graphs, is that they only tell about 10% of the actual story, making it not very accurate at all. Look, here's the reality, folks. The coronavirus has to run its course. You cannot stay at home and stay at home forever and never, ever have to deal with it. It has to run its course. That is the reality that we are living in. All this does, all these charts do, is show you how we can minimize the impact on the healthcare system. But when I start seeing these things like stay at home, save lives, it's such fucking bullshit because people are pushing it out there like, I'm going to stay at home and save millions and millions of lives. That's not fucking true, though. The thing has to run its course. You will save some lives because of not overloading the healthcare system, yes. But this idea and this notion that we all need to stay at home and that's going to save hundreds of thousands of people's lives is fucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I'm about to show you why here. So as you see on this chart, if you do absolutely nothing, you'll have a massive outbreak. It'll be crazy, and healthcare system will get overloaded. But after 2 months, it's over because you build herd immunity over time. So after 2 months, it's completely over. The problem is when you try to flatten the curve, yes, it doesn't overload the healthcare system. But if you go to extreme measures and shutting down everything, the flattened curve, it just keeps going and going and going because you were never exposed to it. You never built up immunity to it. You never built up this herd immunity, and it keeps going and going and going. So there isn't a second wave coming. We never went through our first wave. There is no second wave coming. But if we actually don't go through the actual wave, the actual coronavirus, and just sit here and say, we're going to have these draconian laws, we're not going to go outside, we're not going to arrest people for going outside and all this shit that's coming, it's just going to go on and on and on and on. And then boom, you're getting right around Christmas and there's a major outbreak because nobody has fucking immunity to it. So instead of dealing with this head on and having a couple months where we take certain precautions and just deal with the virus and build up immunity to it, we have made the problem so much fucking worse than it has to be. So much fucking worse with all this hype and hysteria, and it just goes on and on and on. The measures that we've taken to defend this thing is beyond any rationale or logical thinking whatsoever. It's just incredible. But this is what's coming down the pipeline, folks. If they're going to tell you not to go outside now, what happens when the real wave hits? Because we thought staying inside our houses, we're going to somehow never get the coronavirus. It's practically fucking insanity how ridiculous this shit is. Absolutely ridiculous. But that's all I have for today. I mean, I just think, you see these charts and everything, if you really break them down, you actually really look at what's happening, there is no fucking second wave. There is no second wave at all. That's complete bullshit because all it is the first wave. And the flattening the curve through extreme draconian measures is not going to work in the long run. It's just not going to work. You have to get through this coronavirus course at some point. Taking basic precautions would be the best course of action. Let me ask you this question. Why is nobody talking about China and how they just canceled their baseball season over there? China who did massive shutdowns of fucking everything. Everything in communist China. And the outbreak is coming back. But this idea, we've had these numbers from the very start, this idea that we can just stay at home when communist China can shut down fucking everything, and it's proven it hasn't even worked there, it's fucking insanity. It is absolute fucking insanity. So here we are, flying down the fucking rabbit hole, shutting down entire economies, making the problem way worse than it needs to be, with no fucking end in sight whatsoever.